Hey internet, and welcome to my first official episode of the self-help series. If you have seen my previous video, it kind of gives you a brief introduction about what the series is, what I want it to achieve, what I want it to be about, and all that stuff. If you haven't watched that, I'll try and remember to link it below so you can go check that out and kind of understand what the hell this is. But yeah, this is the first official episode with a topic, which is gonna be fitness and exercise, like how to get into fitness and exercise and how it can improve your life. Basically, in regards to fitness and exercise, I've never been a fan of exercise. In school, I never enjoyed sports days or anything like that. In saying that, I have played netball since I was about 8, and I've always loved netball, and that comes from my mum. In grade 11 and 12, I put my focus more to music and stuff. That was the point where I started putting on weight because I wasn't doing any exercise. I did try and do like some at-home workouts every now and then, or go for walks, but I've honestly just always been much more about the fitness whole pizza in my mouth. You know that meme? Okay. I had to slide that in. Basically, I got to the heaviest weight I've ever been. I feel like most people wouldn't disclose their weight because it's a personal thing, it's a touchy subject, and I don't go around telling people how much I weigh because I wouldn't say that I'm like proud of my weight. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna disclose to you what I weighed, what I weigh now, and what I want to weigh. So I got to the point where I think the heaviest I was 77 kilos. For some people, that's really heavy, like that is fat. And for other people, if you're taller or if you're like wider set, or I don't know, you know, everyone's different body type, then that might not be that much. But for me, I'm 160 centimeters, I want to say, which I think is about 5 foot, maybe 5'1". Don't quote me on that. So I'm quite short. I've always had boobs, so like obviously that's a factor, but other than that, I shouldn't be that heavy. And I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm fat now. I just think I'm chunkier than I should be, and I would feel better if I was lighter, if I was toner, if I just had less percentage of body fat on me. Basically, I weighed 77. I thought, holy shit, this is the heaviest I've ever been. I need to make a change. And this kind of came around the same period as I was like unhappy about work and everything I spoke about in my last video, which were the reasons why I wanted to start this self-help journey. So one of the things I thought I have to change in my life and improve on is my fitness and my health and my exercise mindset. So I got back into netball, started playing netball again. Personally, because I struggle to motivate myself to exercise, like I'm never gonna be that person who can just get in a sneaky workout at home before work or before school or before uni or whatever. I've never been that person to just motivate myself at home to go to my best. Netball is one of those things where, for one, I love it. For two, it's a team sport, so you can't stop running and you can't really stop going hard because you're letting the team down. The other side of the weight thing is obviously food, but I think that's a separate video because we could talk about that for hours. Basically, after playing netball for a little bit, I kind of thought like, I'm not gonna be able to fix a 77 kilo problem just playing sport one day a week. So I kind of was just like, you know what? And I hate this word and I hate that I'm using it, but YOLO, I'm gonna just join a gym. And I did a lot of research on the gyms around me. I did it based on classes. Basically, I thought if I join a gym, even if I have one PT session to kind of show me the gym, show me how things work, and give me a workout routine, I'm not gonna be able to motivate myself to go. I'm not gonna be able to motivate myself to. So I thought if I find one with cool classes that are at times when I can go, so at the time when I was finishing work at 5 in that area, the classes started at 5:30. So that was perfect. I could go to the gym, do the class, which was half an hour, pretty full intensity, and then there was another class after that for half an hour if I wanted to really like push myself and do 2 classes in a row. So honestly, that was August last year, and it is now obviously April. That actually took way too long for me to think about where we were. So Mrs. I would never join a gym, I hate exercise, fitness whole pizza into my mouth, actually joined a gym and has stayed at that gym for 8 months and has gone at least twice a week for 8 months. I would actually say I love going to the gym. Well, I mean, not every day, but I love the routine of it. If you can convince a friend to join, it becomes so much easier because out of 2 of you, hopefully one of you will want to go enough to convince the other to go. You have to be held accountable, so it's nicer to have a friend because then you have someone to motivate you. At first I joined on my own and I was determined to just go on my own and do it, and I did. I tried a lot of different classes, and now I kind of have my favorite once. And I'm not saying you need someone, but it does help and it does make you feel more motivated and just like it's more fun. A lot of people think that going to a gym is scary because they think that everyone there is so serious and so intimidating and they're gonna look stupid and people are gonna laugh at them, and you know what I mean? Like, it is intimidating. But honestly, going to this gym that I go to, the classes are full of people, like, there's such a mixture of people, and the people who go and take it really, really seriously rarely go to the classes. They're up in the weight section, and it's all those weight men that are like hardcore. And that's fine, you don't have to go to that part of the gym, but you shouldn't feel like you can't. I definitely think it's a confidence thing, and you know what, I kind of thought, I'm paying to be here. If I want to go to the weight section and if I want to use those weights and they're there, I'm gonna go use them. I don't care if they think I'm pathetic on the weights, like only being able to lift 2 kilos. And you know what? The one day that I did go over there, they were all so helpful. They were like a mixture of older guys and younger guys. So many of them offered to help, offered like any tip. They just were so helpful and so friendly. And so I just kind of thought, like, why was I even intimidated? So I'm not saying you have to join a gym, but at the very least, try and do like a free week's trial. Do some classes, learn some techniques, learn some exercises that you can do at home. Or if you're like me and you know you're not going to be able to do that, then just join a gym and find one that has classes that you know you can go to. Try and get your friends to join. Try and start small, like just go on the machines, you know, go on the treadmills, go on the cross trainers, and then when you feel confident that you're like actually in the gym, just try and move slowly to the other ones. They all have diagrams of how to use them. If you're not sure, ask someone. Also, going to the classes, you honestly learn so many exercises there and so many like good techniques of how to do the exercises. When I was trying to do workouts at home, I would just Google like workouts, print them out and try and do them. But even just if it said like donkey kicks, if you don't know what a donkey kick is, then you're like, what? And you're trying to like look at the diagram and it's like, it doesn't show you someone doing it, it just has like a drawing. So I just found that really difficult and like would have to watch YouTube videos which would take ages, and by the time I'd watched them all and figured out how to do them, I'd forget when I was in it, or it would just take so long I'd be unmotivated to actually do them by the time I figured it out. But anyway, that brings me to the second half of this video. Basically, I have compiled 3 workouts that are a mixture of all the exercises that I've learnt from the gym based on booty, abs, and then a mix of cardio and arms. So I just thought I would put together, yeah, all these exercises I've learned and give you kind of 3 brief workout regimes that you can try at home, or you can just, if you're a beginner, try them at your gym. Also, a quick disclaimer that I'm not a personal trainer, nor am I a fitness expert in any means. I just am a girl who doesn't really like exercise, who's trying to change her life, and I want to share it with you if I can help anyone else that was like me, that thought like, I hate the gym, I hate exercise. Hopefully this is encouraging you to get started, or it's giving you a way to get started. Here are my 3 workouts, kind of speed it up a little bit. Let's get into it. So this is the booty section. My first exercise is sumo squats, which is essentially just really wide squats where you go really low down like a sumo wrestler stance. The second workout is 360 lunges. This is literally just lunging in one direction, then turning and lunging in the other. Try and make sure you rotate legs so that you're not just working out one leg. The third exercise is squat jumps. These are such a killer, and they're a little bit of cardio as well, but obviously you're still working on your booty because you're still squatting. The next one is squat jacks, which again is still a bit of cardio and is again such a killer, but it's essentially just a squat where you jump your legs out and in. The next few ones are with a resistance band. If you don't have one, don't fret, they're literally $2 from a cheap store. They really help you burn the muscles and really like make your body work harder. So the first one is back kicks. You essentially just step on the band like I'm doing here, cross it over the front of you and lift up the handles into your hips and do a bit of a wide stance and get low. You also want to be leaning forward. Don't put your nose past your toe, but you want to just be leaning forward slightly like I am, and you're kind of just balancing on one leg and lifting the other leg behind you like a back kick. The next one is the same thing, except you're tapping it on the ground. If you want more of a workout, you try not to touch the ground and kind of just lift it behind you in the air. The next one is another killer of the thighs, and you want to be in a very like deep squat and walk 8 steps to the right, 8 steps to the left. This one really burns, but you feel so good after. The next one's on the ground. It's called the horsey, where you basically do donkey kicks, but with the resistant band. This one's kind of complicated. You've got to kind of hook it onto your feet and then hold it through your thumbs, if you can kind of see the way I'm doing it there. And then you just do your little donkey kick, so you're just kicking your leg up. You can also then do taps and circles. Number 9 are skaters, which again, it's kind of more cardio, but workout, you want to be as squatted as possible. Kind of just jumping side to side as if you're ice skating from one foot to the other, and you want to be pushing off that back leg. And the last one for the booty is the squat pulse, which is literally just you're in a squat and you're staying there and you're just continually like pulsing in the squat. So that's my booty workout. The next one is the abs workout. The first one is just a leg lift or a leg raise, and you're literally just laying on your back, lifting your knees slowly. The second one is a pulse leg raise. So as you're lifting your knees this time, you're also lifting your shoulders off the floor and reaching for your knees or your ankles. The third one is the alternate crunches, which I'm sure you've all seen. It's kind of like, I think they call them bicycle crunches as well. And if you want an extra burn, you lift your legs up in the air. Windscreen wipers or a pendulum. This one is where you have your legs in the air. You can either do it one-legged, as I do here, or with both legs, which kills, but it's a real good ab burn. And you're basically, yeah, like windscreen wiping. You go back one way, back the other. Plank up and downs, you just do the plank. Make sure with the plank that your hands are under your shoulders. Make sure that your back is pretty straight, your bum's down. Then with the plank up and downs, you're just going down to your elbows, then back up on your hands like so. The hot hands is just lifting one hand up. You've kind of got to keep your elbow tight to your body and then alternate. Mountain climbers are a typical one. You just bring your knees up to your chest in the plank stance. This one's called froggy. I only do a lightweight because I find it a bit of a struggle, but it's a good workout. So I can't really explain this one in words, so I'll just let you watch it. But essentially when you like bring your knees up, you also bring up your shoulders with the weight, and then you go back into a kind of leg lift, but your shoulders are off the floor still. So again, really hard to explain, but just watch me do it. And yeah, the lower you put your legs, the more it's gonna burn. Then there are side planks, which I hate because I have no arm strength. You can actually see my arms shaking in this. And you have side plank dips, which again, I hate, but they really work your hips and your abs. And lastly, we've got the arms and cardio routine. So the first one is just push-ups, which obviously is good for your arms. I suck at push-ups, as you can see. The second one is using the resistance band again. And this one is another really hard one to explain in words. You're essentially like leaning forward, your back has to be straight, but your bum's out. And then you are kind of pulling the band apart. I do it in 3 parts. So you pull it up to your shoulders, which you can kind of see. Then you pull it out and then you stand back up and then you repeat that. I hope that makes sense because it is really hard to explain in words. The next one is a resistance band seated row. So again, this one, it's like you've got to wrap the band around your feet and pull the handles through. And then you want to be sitting with your legs slightly bent and your back leant back as much as you can. And then you're rowing kind of both arms, or you can do singles. And again, you want to kind of try and like pull the band apart, and you've got to keep the band tight. This really works your arms and your shoulders. This one is a squat press with a dumbbell. So again, I guess it is kind of booty, but it's more a bit of cardio and it's a bit of weight on your arms. So you're literally just holding the dumbbell, squatting with it, and then as you come up, you're pressing it above your head. Tricep dip backs. I'm not sure if this is the official name, but you're going to be in the same stance as you were for the resistant band pull apart thing before, where you're slightly leant forward with your bum out and you're just holding a plate or some kind of weight. Even if you're at home, you could use like a can of something that's heavy, and you just hold it above your head and bring it behind yourself and lift it back up like so. The next 2 are burpees. You just literally jump into the air, touch the ground, jump your feet out, jump back in, and repeat. Floor to sky jumps, which are horrible. You just completely lay on the floor, jump up, and go back down. Those ones are really hard when you do a lot of them. You literally die. Number 8 is literally just running. You can do high knees, bum kicks, and these are really good to do like a minute straight, as hard and as fast as you can. The next one is an explosive jack, and it's kind of like a jumping jack, except you're kind of squatting down and then kind of jumping out or exploding into a jack, like a star. And lastly, it's just kind of like suicide sprints, where you're just squatting down to touch the floor and then running side to side a few times. So they are my 3 workouts that I've kind of just compiled from the things I've learned and tried to put them to a category for you of body part. And I haven't timed any of them, but I honestly think 45 seconds to a minute of each one, maybe like 2 or 3 reps depending on your fitness level. Just give some of them a go, try and do one of them. Obviously this was a bit fast and rushed. If you do want a more detailed workout video, let me know, because I can do that. I do feel like I have rambled a lot, but I do hope that this has been a helpful video for you. Let me know if it has been helpful, because yeah, I just feel like fitness is one of those things that's so hard to get into. You're either a fitness freak or you're just not, and I've just always not been. and now I feel like I'm kind of getting towards my goal. Very quickly, I'll just let you know, as I said, I was 77 when I was like, holy shit, I'm so fat. I've now got down to 71, so that's really good, and my goal weight is 65. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm just kind of, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I'm just working as much as I can on that, and obviously the food side, which we will talk about in another video very soon. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode of the self-help series. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it really helps me out. And make sure you hit the subscribe button because there'll be plenty more to come. And if you do have any requests of a self-help kind of theme you want to see, then please leave it in the comments because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!